Joining me now is New York Times best-selling author, most recently of Killing the SS, Bill O'Reilly. Bill, great to see you.
Thank you, John. Appreciate you having me in.
Always a pleasure, Bill. All right, I want to talk about this migrant caravan. They're in Tijuana. We're watching Mexicans, Bill, scream, "Mexico first." The mayor of Tijuana wearing a "Make Tijuana Great Again" hat. American liberals still want these people to come over here. And when guys like you, who have been looking into people like George Soros for years, point out that Soros is one of the people funding this, I've been looking into him since 2013. You have a great piece on BillO'Reilly.com where you go in depth into George Soros' charity, the Open Societies Foundation. I've looked into their 990s, their tax returns. It's in black and white. Guys like Soros, through their nonprofits, are funding groups like these migrant caravans. Bill, tell us what you found. Tell us more about it.
Well, the main organization is called the National Immigration Forum. That's the big one, and that's in Washington, D.C. It's been in operation since 1982. Now, this is basically an open border organization, and they try to undermine current American immigration law, which is, to be honest, in disarray. Now, the latest is that someone, and I believe it came from the National Immigration Forum, but I can't prove it exactly right now. However, every finger points to that organization. Someone designed this catastrophe where thousands of poor people would come from Honduras and El Salvador, Guatemala, and Mexico and mass at the border with the intent to apply for asylum, and thereby crashing our entire immigration system. It's a 3-year backlog now on asylum cases, John. You let 10,000 people in, that'll be 5 years. And in the meantime, those folks usually are released into the USA. So it's a big ruse. It's a con. Now, this National Immigration Forum works with two groups in Chicago, two smaller charities that basically funnel the money into the main charity in Honduras, which is Pueblo Sin Fronteras. They're the guys on the ground, all right? They're the ones getting the buses and the trucks and the food and the water and the tents, which cost millions and millions of dollars to get all these people moved 2,000 miles. Now, the American media, they don't want to report this. They don't want to look into it. They don't care about it because it doesn't fit into the narrative that we should be a country that has open borders. That's what the media has bought into now. And it has aligned itself with the most progressive far-left elements in the USA.
Bill, I want to talk about Jamal Khashoggi in just a second, but with regards to these migrants, this required months and months, if not a year or two, of planning. I sat with two U.S. Marine Corps officer friends of mine who said the logistics of moving this many people this far required a year or more advance planning. Do you agree with that?
Easy, yeah, because they had to get the word out in Honduras and Guatemala and El Salvador that was going to happen. They had to use social media to do that. And then they had to basically make an arrangement with the Mexicans, which I believe they did. Again, I can't prove it, to let them through. The Mexican government did not have to let the migrants cross that bridge. There's only one bridge. And they could have easily sealed it between Guatemala and Mexico, and they chose not to. So, you know, there were some interactions, let's put it that way, John, between these groups and the Mexican government. Right.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Khashoggi, Bill. Now, Trump is saying, look, I'm not going to blow up my relationship with Saudi Arabia. They're an important strategic partner. They're helping us out in Yemen, fight some very bad actors elsewhere in the Middle East. I've been arguing that most Americans are with the president on this. Americans preparing for Thanksgiving tomorrow to watch football this weekend are not discussing, nor do they care about Jamal Khashoggi. They feel he's a Saudi, killed by the Saudis in a Saudi sovereign consulate on Turkish soil. Americans don't care. Am I off base on that, Bill, or do Americans largely not care about this?
I agree most Americans don't see this as an important element in their lives. I think that the mistake that President Trump makes, he made the same mistake with Putin, is that he comes across as, well, I'm okay with murder, because the Saudi government murdered this man. There's no doubt in my mind that they did. Putin tried to foul up our elections in 2016, no doubt. So instead of basically saying, look, we're putting the Saudis on notice, one more of these, and we're going to cut our trade or we're going to do something, that's a stronger than, well, I don't know if it happened. The president knows it happened, and he knows what happened. And he knows the Saudi government condones this kind of thing. He knows all that. So I would be tougher if I were President Trump on states like Saudi Arabia and Russia that do horrible things, that commit murder routinely. I would be tougher on them.
All right, Bill O'Reilly, be sure to pick up Bill's book, Killing the Assets, a must-read, and pick up yourself a premium subscription at BillO'Reilly.com. Bill, have a great Thanksgiving. Always great to see you.
You too, John. Appreciate you having me in.
Great. Always a pleasure, Bill. Thanks. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more breaking news coverage, exclusive interviews, and great videos, click over here to our YouTube channel and subscribe. And don't forget to download the free Newsmax TV app. Newsmax TV, it's real news for real people.